Hey y'all, hey all my late blooming babes, welcome back to the channel. I am your host Dom, and today we will be talking about something that I felt was pretty necessary for people to understand and realize, but you really don't hear anything about it or really get the point or the picture until it's something you've already been through. And it's that nothing that you do will ever be good enough for a narcissistic, toxic person. Nothing. There is nothing that you can do that is going to satisfy them. This is because they are constantly chasing the thrills of the chase. They are constantly needing the adoration. They are constantly needing their ego stroke, their validation. So there's nothing that you can do that is going to permanently be enough for them. Granted, they might have brief spurts of appreciation, of gratification, but eventually that runs out. They're the type of people who like things to be shiny and new. Once something new comes into the equation, once someone else comes into the equation, they're all about it because that's shiny, that's new. They have to get to know them. They have to, come up with the lies to get that person on their side. They have to, basically jump through hoops to get to know that person or get that person to trust and believe in whatever they're saying and to believe in them and validate them. But once they have won the person over, then it's not fun anymore because you're here already. I don't have to put any work in because you're here. And narcissistic people are the type that think that you're always going to be there. Once you are in it, they feel like you're in it. They feel like they've won you over and there's nothing that they can do that will make you leave them. Because again, something that we've talked about before is that narcissistic, toxic people think that they are the moon, the stars, the galaxy, the solar system, and everything in between, and that you should just be so lucky and thrilled and glad that they're a part of your life. They think the sun rises and sets on them. So they feel like you should feel that way too, because you are here. And because you're here and because I'm just oh so great, why would you leave? Yes, I might have given you every reason in the world to want to leave, but why would you? Because I'm me, So once you're not shiny and new anymore, they'll sit you on the shelf like a little toy, and they'll decide when they want to take you down and play with you or be bothered with you. And then when they get bored, they'll put you back on the shelf. And then they'll go run off and find something shiny and new to play with until that's no longer shiny and new. And then they'll put that on the shelf. And then they'll go back and do the same thing, rinse and repeat all over again. So there is nothing that you can do that's going to change that. It don't matter what kind of tricks, flips, backflips, spins, bounces, all the things that you do sexually. It doesn't matter who you decide to try to bring along to spice things up sexually. It doesn't matter if you go buy them any and everything they say that they want. None of that matters, because at the end of the day, there's nothing that you'll be able to do because they're constantly moving the goalposts. Yes, they'll say, oh, I like, let's say, for example, salami on rye. Just because that's the first thing that came to my mind because it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. You can go get and or make the best salami on rye sandwich that anyone has ever made. And you can present that to them and they'll be like, I don't even like salami. I'm not into it. I like meatball subs now. Okay, you'll scramble, you'll go get a meatball sub, present that to them. I'm kind of feeling like ham and turkey. And it's literally that over and over and over and over. There's nothing that you can do that is going to appease them. And you guys know my story. I was in this situation for almost 20 years. So I know when I tell you the number of hoops I tried to jump through, all the hurdles that I tried to jump through to appease the person that I was with at the time. And it was never enough. And I literally will always say, you don't even know what you like because you're constantly changing the goalposts. And he would just be like, no way. You just don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. When in reality, they don't really know themselves. That's why they're always fishing for something new. That's why they always want to try to get some new source of validation or some new supply to tell them how great and wonderful they are, because they don't know that for themselves. That's not something that they can really sit with and honestly say, yes, I'm good with myself. I like this. I like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. And have their own foundation of likes, dislikes, and all the ingredients that make an individual who they are when they're firmly set in understanding and knowing themselves as a person. They don't have that. So that's why they're constantly bouncing from person to person, thing to thing, trying to find what's going to give them the validation that they need in that particular moment. So I said, nothing you do. So before you think about letting that man have an open relationship, or letting that girl go blow all of your savings to go shopping because she just needs the latest bag, or she needs the latest dress or shoes, or before you decide, okay, fine, I'll cave and bring another person into our bedroom, understand that you can do that. You can, because of course we're all grown-ups and we have the freedom of choice. That's one of our rights as individuals. But it's not going to make them care about you anymore. It's not going to put you in any higher regard with them. They're not going to put you on some pedestal thinking that you're oh so great and wonderful, because again, it's just going to move the goalposts to say, oh, well, I got them to do this for me, so let's see what I could get now. Oh, well, let's see what I could do if I behave this way. You're basically rewarding bad behavior when they're not treating you the way that you want to be treated, but yet you still give them things anyway to try to make up the difference, to try to appease them, which, like I said, is impossible. But you keep trying because maybe you don't realize that it's impossible until, like I said, you get to 2, 3, 4, 15, 20 years of trying and realize nothing's going to work, because they are not capable of being satisfied. Because that requires a level of self-actualization within yourself to know, okay, I have everything that I need. I am content. I'm good to go. They don't have that because there's a void within them that was created sometime in their childhood for whatever reason that they never properly healed through or worked through. So they're going to constantly be trying to fill that void with different things because they don't want to face the shame or the harshness of what they actually went through and how hard it would be for them to heal from that. Because at first you of course have to acknowledge that you have a problem before you can heal from said problem. And as someone who has been in a constant state of healing and really working at healing for over a year and some change now, healing is hard. Because it requires you to get out of your comfort zone. And a lot of people like their comfort zone. It's really cozy there for some people. It's actually really cozy there most times until you start to outgrow it. It's not until you start to outgrow it that it gets really cramped and uncomfortable. And you have to become bigger and move out of your comfort zone. But while you're just willing to stay shrunken down, or you're okay with just where you are, your comfort zone is very cozy. That's why they call it a comfort zone. And like I said, they don't want to leave that comfort zone because that comfort zone makes it easier for them to continue forward, no matter who they're hurting in the interim. I used to always tell my ex-husband that, you have issues that you need to work out, because until you work those issues out, you're going to emotionally bleed all over people who didn't even cut you in the first place. And that's what happens. Like I said, that's why they search for constant validation, because once you do realize that there's nothing that you can do to appease them, you want to be out. And then when you're out, that's the source of supply that they've lost. So now they have to go replace that supply because they need the constant validation. They cannot validate themselves internally, so they look for sources of validation externally through different people and different things and material things and all of that. So like I said, before you go wasting all this time and energy and money and your pride and dignity and self-worth, realize that there's nothing that you can do that is going to appease them. It's never going to be enough. And like I said, you're going to keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and they're going to keep basically rejecting what you're rejecting your efforts, because it's not going to be enough. But they'll never tell you that. They'll just let you keep trying as long as you're willing to try. Like I said, you can give them all their fruits and they will definitely take them. But like I said, it won't get you anywhere in the long run. It'll just cost you a lot, but it won't really get you anywhere. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Know that nothing you do will ever be enough for a person who is narcissistic or a person who is toxic, because they are in constant need of ego stroking and validation and pats on the back. And it's exhausting to the person who has to be the one that constantly does that. So decide that you're not going to. Point blank, period. Because you don't have to. The person who is the correct person for you won't need all that. They'll accept and appreciate what you are, who you are, what you come with, what you offer, and that'll be that. You won't have to feel like you're constantly auditioning, constantly trying to make the cut to be with this person who, like I said, is never going to appreciate anything that you do. So, like I said, take that little nugget, put it in your pocket. Like I said, nothing that you do is going to be enough for a person who's never going to appreciate it. So, give all that effort and energy to yourself, because you're always going to be worth it. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Wanted to keep it kind of short. I don't want to be so long. I never want to get into like the 20-minute range with these videos. So, hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped. And until next video.